Hello everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Recent Things. I am continuing on with our fall/autumn theme here with another wreath for you, all set for the fall season. If you've been watching me for a while, you know I am a sucker for a grapevine wreath, especially during the fall and Halloween. I love the rustic look of it. I love how it just feels so fall. Today, I'm going to go through how I make my grapevine wreaths. This one is for the autumn season. Why don't I just get started and I'll show you what I made. Here is the star of the show today is an 18-inch grapevine wreath. This one just comes from Michael's. Of course, I have some fall florals here, pampas grass, a little bit of berries, and then these beautiful flowers. 2.5 and 1.5 inch wired ribbon. All of this comes from Michael's as well. And I'm going to be using my scissors, ruler, and my glue gun today. And here is my materials list. Now, majority of this stuff, except for the tools that I'm using today, do come from Michael's. I had a little shopping spree, had a little fun, but here is the list of items that I'm using. To start off, I'm going to clean up my grapevine wreath. And first, what I like to do is I kind of like to figure out which way I want it to go. This is a little bit of an oval shape. Generally, they're kind of round. This is a little oval. And I decided, you know what? I'm just going to do it this way. The bow on the left or at the bottom, all of the florals and pampas grass all around. For me, I don't clean up my grapevine wreaths all that much. I love the rustic, whimsical look of it, if you will. All those little curly cues and fraying little twigs, I like it. I know some people really clean those up. I'm showing you like a little squiggly here. And you know what? I don't really do that. You can see I'm trying to get rid of some dirt and paint on my hand. Yes, I am clean, but it just stained my hand, so there it is. Anyways, we're going to move on. Now, you can attach your florals with a glue gun. I'm going to use that today, or you can use pipe cleaner or floral wire. It is totally up to you how you want to attach all of your items to your wreath form. Here is my items. What I like to do when I'm shopping is I like to kind of do it in threes. So every wreath that I'm doing, especially the grapevine wreath, I look for a large, medium, and then a smaller item. The large item here is going to be the pampas grass. The medium is the orange florals. The small items are going to be the different color florals as well. And when I'm in the store, I pile them on top of each other like this, just kind of getting a visual and an idea if it all goes together. Of course, you should see me shopping at Michael's or any other store. I'm talking to myself like crazy. And to prepare, I'm going to take those stickers off. And if you've watched me for a while, you know stickers are my nemesis. I don't know why. I always have a hard time with them, but I eventually got them off. And then I'm going to cut down these orange little, I don't even know what they're called, like berries or something. I'm going to take the tops off of the florals and separate the greenery as well. I like to have everything organized so I have it ready. So when I'm doing my dry run, I just put everything on my wreath. And what I decided for this one is I'm just going to go for it. I'm not really going to do a dry run today, but I do kind of figure out where I want to put the pampas grass. Once that's there, I kind of just put them right into the grapevine wreath. I'll show you in a second. I'm just pushing them right inside that grapevine wreath, which is perfect. And then I'm going to add a whole bunch of hot glue. Maybe more than I need, let's put it that way. But I put a whole bunch of hot glue in there, make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And then I'm going to start adding my medium florals, which is these orange berry looking like flowers. So I've got the large, which is the pampas grass. That's kind of the background. The medium is, of course, the medium ground. And then the florals is going to be the foreground. So I'm just adding those in there, fluffing them up as I go. Once that was all done, I started doing a dry run with the florals because I wasn't 100% sure that it would go or that I wanted them that way. It wasn't really in the vision that I had. And of course, you can kind of see here, I'm just kind of putting it on there, not gluing anything down. I decided, you know what? No. That didn't work for me. So I put those off to the side. I will save those for another craft. And of course, you know, I'm going to do a bow. So I'm starting with my 2.5 inch wired ribbon. I'm going to measure out 12 inches and I'm just going to hold it in my left hand. So we're gathering it and holding it in my left hand. We're going to measure out 12. gather it again, and then I'm going to bring that right to my left hand to hold it, and then we created our first loop and our first tail. We're going to twist it right in the center to make sure that good side is always facing up. Measure out another 12 inches, gather it together. This time I'm going to have it come to the bottom. So another second loop, pinch it right there, twist it in the center, and then again, measure out that 12 inches, bring it together at the top, and now we're going to make our fourth and final loop. And again, twisting right in the center, making sure that that ribbon is good side facing up. We're going to gather it together, bring it into my left hand so I can hold everything, twist it again. Now I'm going to measure out another 12 inches, and this time this is going to be our tail. So for this segment, the first segment, we're going to do 4 loops and 2 tails. Then I'm going to grab a full-length pipe cleaner, and I'm just going to wrap that right around the center, bend it in half, wrap it right around the center, and then I'm just going to put my tails at the bottom, twist it around a couple of times, overlap those tails, fold them in half, cut on an angle, and we've created our first segment with dovetails for our tails. Then we're going to grab the 1.5 inch wired ribbon, and I'm going to repeat the same process, but this time I'm going to do 10 inches, measuring out 10 inches, gathering it together, and I'm going to do 3 loops and 2 tails on this one. So this is the 1.5 inch wired ribbon. This is a full-length pipe cleaner. Wrap it right around the center, and then of course we're going to finish off those tails, folding them in half, cutting them for a beautiful dovetail finish. For our third segment, again, the same thing. We're going to measure out 8 inches this time, and this time I'm going to do 2 loops and 2 tails. So we're measuring out 8 inches, doing the tail, 2 loops, cutting off another tail. Grab that full-length pipe cleaner, wrap it right around the center. I'm going to fluff up my bow just a little bit, and then once that's all done, overlap, fold, cut on an angle to create those dovetails. My last piece, I'm going to cheat just a little bit. I'm going to cut about 6 inches, and then I'm going to glue one end, fold it over into kind of like a tube-like shape, and then we've got our final piece. Now let's bring back all of those segments for our bow, and now I'm just going to fluff out our first segment, having the tails, making sure everything is good side facing up. I'm going to separate my bows just a little bit, or my loops I should say, and then once I've kind of fiddled around with it, I'm going to grab my second segment, open up the pipe cleaners, wrap that right around the back, and then we're just going to twist that a couple of times, making sure it's nice and secure, and then we're going to cut that segment's pipe cleaners off. Now keep those longer ones on the first segment, because that is how we're going to attach our bow to our grapevine wreath. And of course, in between each segment, I like to fluff it up a little bit, and then we're going to add our third segment on there, which has the 2 loops, the 2 tails. Same thing, we're just going to wrap it around at the back, cut the excess off, and then what I like to do for my bows, I like to add a little bit of hot glue right at the back, just to make sure it's all nice and secure. It's not going to go anywhere. It's optional. You don't have to do it. And then for our last little cheat here, I'm just going to glue in that little ribbon tube that we made earlier, just to kind of put that right in the center and to break up that brown leaf ribbon just a little bit. Now, once I started fluffing it up, I kind of was like, you know what, we need a little bit more of that 1.5 inch ribbon to break up that 2.5 inch wired ribbon. So I'm cutting a couple of pieces, and I'm going to create little tails with them, folding them in half, doing the dovetail on one end. Then all I'm going to do, another little cheat here, is I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue, and then I'm just going to put that right underneath that bow segment, that last bow segment, and I'm going to do the same. Once I did that, I was happy. We have a little mixture of those 2 ribbons. One is not overpowering the other, and of course we're going to come back and we're going to fluff it just a little bit more. And then we have our bow all ready to attach to our beautiful grapevine wreath. We'll bring back our grapevine wreath. My bow is just going to go right on the middle there, and then all I'm going to do is take those pipe cleaners and wrap it right around the back, twist it, making sure it's not going to go anywhere, and then our bow is nice and attached. And you know, I got to fluff up that bow a little bit more every single time. Now, once I got the bow fluffed up, I was kind of like, I need more. So what I'm doing is for the 1.5-inch wired ribbon, I'm cutting about 6 to 8 pieces. I'm not even measuring. They're probably maybe 8 inches long. For half of them, I'm going to do dovetails on one side. The other half, what I'm going to do is add a little bit of hot glue on one end, fold it over, and that's going to create a little teardrop shape. So we're kind of doing a little cheat with the loops and tails because I want to add this right on top of that pampas grass. So all I do is I just put a little hot glue right at the end of one of my tails, add that in there on top of the pampas grass. I'm going to take another one and do the same. Just adding that hot glue right at the back, gluing it down, and then I'm like, you know what? This is working for me. I love it. So I'm adding those loops in there as well, just such that it looks like our big, beautiful bow is intertwined into all of that beautiful autumn florals. So adding more right at the top as well. I've got the bottom all done. I'm going to add more at the top. Once it's all done, check this out. I love this. I know I say that a lot for all of my wreaths, but oh man, this I just love. Fall, autumn, Halloween, my favorite time of year, and this just came together so beautifully. It's the first time I'm kind of adding a little bit of pampas grass to a wreath, and I think this just turned out so spectacularly. I am so happy. I pat myself on the back a little bit. I have to today because look at all of this drama on my studio door. That gorgeous bow, those ribbons just absolutely wonderful. Love it. I'm speechless. I'm getting tongue-tied. But there is our beautiful grapevine wreath all ready for fall. Thank you so much for joining me today while I created this fall/autumn grapevine wreath. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you could be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.